that. My life, my choice, introduction. Hi everyone, I'm Beck Middle. I live in Camperdown, Victoria. I have an intellectual disability and autism. I enjoy walking and going to the gym and traveling. Self-advocacy has helped me find my voice. Helped me find my voice and build confidence and speak up for myself, and I'm excited to share my journey with you today. Thank you. From learning to leading, All Abilities Advocacy Group, which has now changed their name to Self-Advocacy Connected, but back then we were All Abilities, joined up with Self-Advocacy Resource Unit known as SARU, which supports self-advocacy groups across Victoria. In 2012, I was accepted into the leadership course. And in 2013, I completed the leadership training and graduated at Parliament House, New South Wales. Self-advocacy has opened doors for me, including paid work. One of my first paid jobs was being on the SARU project, known as the Australian Self-Advocacy Network Project. I was paid a fair wage. I travelled across to Canberra, Sydney with Sue and Sally from SARU. We spoke with groups about starting up a SARU office to be in the Z state, run by self-advocates, and help connect self-advocacy groups in Australia. Unfortunately, they couldn't get the funding. Learning to grow. I attended my first self-advocacy conference with my first self-advocacy conference at SARU. I learned about my rights, leadership, self-advocacy, and that supports people with the lived experience to share their voices. I spoke at conferences across Victoria and worked on paid self-advocacy projects. I helped with co-design and co-facilitating workshops. I'm a member of advisory groups and committees and in boards. I now work with disability organisations such as Down Syndrome and Australian Inclusion and the Centre on their project as a paid self-advocate. Self-advocacy has helped me gain paid employment by being part of short-term projects that have helped me find my voice and build a confidence, as I have never had a voice until I got involved with self-advocacy. So it helped me find my voice. Our group is working to make our voice, our project, our future. Our group is working to make important changes in Southwest Victoria. I am now a paid peer worker for the group, and I get a decent pay for the work that we do. We create projects that help create change in the community we live in. We're asking the government for better and more accessible public transport, and to get the government to listen to us when it comes to accessibility and inclusion. Because as it stands, Warrnambool only has a 3 carriage when we advocate for 4 carriages. So our group is now working to get the government to give us the 3 extra carriages, because people with disabilities in general, those with access needs, can't even get onto a train. So how ridiculous is that, right? I was told a longer story, a quick story that I was told about a guy who uses a scooter, a mobility scooter. Now his mobility scooter can't even get onto that train because the doors aren't wide enough. So this is why we are fighting for more accessible inclusion transport for Warrnambool. But it shouldn't be just for Warrnambool, it should be across Australia, because And most people with disability can't even access the trains or buses. So yeah, that's why our group is fighting for that change and advocating. So so we meet, speaking up about government when it comes to accessibility, we meet and work with local MPs of Parliament and the local Shire Council and the community and projects. Our group has a new name. We are now, called Self-Advocacy Connected. So for the last 12 years we were called All Abilities Advocacy. So yeah, we decided we needed a new change, a fresh look. So now we are now Self-Advocates Connected. I also support other people by speaking up about their rights and have their voices heard. I believe everyone deserves to be listened and to be included, because everyone does. So that's why, I try to help encourage others to speak up. I also got a video, so if we can just play the video, please. I've got 2 videos I would love for you to see it. And it talks, one's about our group, and another one's about how far about my work that I've been doing. So it was done a few years ago, so this was done about maybe, 10 years ago, but yeah, this gives you an idea of what our group looks like, and yeah. I just had a bit of technology problem with people, so it's okay. We'll be coming up in a second, so yeah. I also like to mention too, I'm up here, that the founder of our group, who is no longer with us, Phil Brown, he is the guy who started All Abilities 13 years ago. So he's the co-founder, and he was also the chairperson. And I was then represented as a second representative for the group about a year later. So yeah, and here it is.
How is the Abilities Advocacy Group important to you?
Because it gives me a voice, I'm able to speak up for myself as well as others. It empowers people, and just having a voice.
Learning more reading and more experience of learning more reading.
Self-advocacy is important to me because I believe people with a disability should have the rights within the community and to live the life they want to live. Self-advocacy has made me a stronger person and has empowered me.
Because it's the heart of the matter. Is that you point out to everyone being just getting the voice out and getting the message across. It's much more one thing, but just have to about it.
What do you like about this meeting?
Very beneficial, just by thinking and speak up.
What are some of the issues important to you?
What about public transport? I reckon we should have more holidays so people can get around.
I think the NDIS is important for the advocacy groups because that way they can get funded and continue on the great work that they do, because without self-advocacy, we don't have a voice.
Thank you to Sarah, who
we've got Becky here today to talk about being part of a meeting group. So Becky's had a lot of experience with SARU, and she'll talk to us about all the different groups that she's been involved with. What other groups with SARU have you been involved with?
I've been involved with the NDIS lobby group. Also, of course, at the table graduation meetings.
Yeah.
And at the VSAM, Central Victorian Self-Advocacy Network.
Fantastic. So which one do you think would be more relevant to how we should run our meetings? Or do they all run them the same?
They're basically nearly run all the same. So with the NDIS lobby group, we meet up and talk about the issues surrounding NDIS, or advocacy groups that are having problems with the NDIS, and we also invite the CEO of the NDIS to come to the meetings.
Right. So you have a few guest speakers and things?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes we do.
Okay, I think that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, we also talk about the minutes of the meeting and business and talk about business and it was at the meeting. So it's both what we do here.
Okay. Do you have the same chair or do you share the chair?
We share a chair.
Okay, so how do you decide on that each week?
That's usually whoever on the vote would like to be the chairperson of the meeting. So, yeah.
Do you find that everybody has a chance or does some not want to?
Most of them, nearly all the ones I've been to, they all want to be part of the chair. So, yeah.
Okay. The other thing was, we talked about our rules and respecting each other and making sure that everybody has a say and things like that. How best do you feel these other groups have managed that? So do you have people talking over the top of each other?
No, we don't. Everyone has their say, so it's one person speaks at a time. And yeah,
How do you know when it's your turn to talk?
well, they will put their hands up and they want to talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then is it up to the chair then to sort of see that Becky's got a hand up? So
Yeah.
If you want to give it to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
After the meeting, we usually ask people what they thought of the meeting, so we have like a survey kind of thing.
So the evaluation. Yeah. So does anyone else have any questions for Becky about how we should run our meetings?
I think if you support one another, your meeting tends to go smoothly rather than not.
That's right, Bruce. Yes.
Would you call those names of things for meetings just to be formalities?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're really pushing for accessible communication.
Yeah.
So if any of the words you don't quite understand or you think, gee, that's pretty jargonised, let's bring that back to a word that everybody's going to understand.
Yeah.
Please sort of mention that, because that's what this working group is about as well,
It
is to how to work together as a good advocacy group.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, that was done about a few years ago. And the lady that I was talking to, she works for the council. So, and we actually worked on a project together to make information in clear English and easy English. So, yeah. So thank you. Do you have any questions? I'll be around if you would like to talk. But does anyone have any questions they want to ask me? Oh, yes, Paige.
How long have you been doing self-advocacy work?
I've been doing self-advocacy work for 13 years. So yeah, I had to do a lot of training. Like I said before, I did a leadership course a few years back, graduated from it. I also did Toastmasters, and so yeah. But yeah, 13 years of just training and building my confidence up. That's how long it's taken me. And yeah.
I wonder also how people, I wonder if you could give some advice advice if someone wants to get into self-advocacy? What's something they can do to learn about it?
Well, to learn about it is to find your local self-advocacy group and attend the meetings and see how you go. Because when I first went, I didn't think I was going to like it. I just thought it was for me to sit around just talking. But eventually I got involved and I learned a lot more, and now I have a voice because I never had a voice. So, I'm discriminated, I've been bullied, I've been abused, never having a voice until I got really involved in self-advocacy, and that's when I learned about my rights and about having a voice. So, and that I hope someday when I do retire that I can pass my work on to somebody else that can feel it. I see it as a leadership kind of role, and I believe advocacy is for everyone, so all the work that's been done through all abilities, by the train or through having stuff done in Warrnambool, like the crossing, that's all been a group effort. That's not just me, that's everyone who's spoken up and has said to council, we need a crossing, we need more trains, we need a sensible public transport. We want to be included, so everybody, not just myself. So, my hat goes off to the Self-Advocacy Connected because they've worked tirelessly over 13 years alongside their co-facilitator, co-founder, Phil, who is no longer with us. But very hard work, pushing the government, and we're still doing it to push for extra street carriages. So we want those extra street carriages to be accessible, and we want to make sure that everybody can use our train. So, yeah. Any other questions? No? Okay, wow. So yeah, thank you for listening, and thank you to SACID for having me today. I hope my story shows the importance of self-advocacy together. We can make a change, and we are stronger together. Nothing about us without us.